Hello, everybody. Welcome to some Valheim. This is one of the times I'm playing it because I like it. It's a fun game. Um, God damn, dude, some shit went down on YouTube apparently. Uh, I'm only just now finding out about some of the stuff that's like happening, I guess. Like neon. Um, basically, uh, there. Um, basically, apparently a few channels on the left are losing subscribers by the dozen, which is damn. Okay. Uh, that's kind of nuts to think about. Um, but no, on a more serious point, I just wanted to talk about Veilgaurd again because it is big stuff. It is. It is big things. Um, apparently more people have come out in the industry as a whole to talk about how everything happening at at BioWare and like EA and such is the industry standard, which is absolutely horrifying to think about. But that's I'm gonna I'm gonna ignore that. Um, and what I want to talk about is how a lot of people were trying to say this is a good game. This is a good game. It's not content. This is a good game. It's got all this stuff, and this is how the combat looks, and all the it's really good. The Dragon Age subreddit has died. It is no longer um it is no longer the it is no longer trying to hide the fact that it's, a bad game. It has fully fully accepted that it's not a good game. And that might sound weird to you. The reason why is they were running defense on the subreddit. If you were part of other subreddits that they didn't like, they would kick you out. You were banned. Like instantaneously just banned. Um, you can understand why that might be a little bad for the subreddit overall, but they gave up on running defense because a lot of negative posts are getting through. Like a lot of them. And they're all high up on the list. So a lot of people don't like where a lot of people just don't like Dragon Age Veilguard. And it seems Tosh, T-A-A-A-A-S-H, I think is how you, no, T-H-A-A-A-S-H is how you say their name. Or something. Um, but a lot of people don't like that character. And yeah, I can understand why. Like I'm sorry, but it's it makes sense. She's terribly written, and I've seen more clips and seen more stuff about it. She is a non-binary character. She is a self-insert, first of all, which, okay, that's already terrible for writing, just in general. It is absolutely terrible for writing. Um, but no, it gets worse because there is another character in the game. He is a necromancer. Tosh refuses to call him by his name, instead calling him Death Mage every single time. Now, that the character says, "I don't like it. Can you please call me this?" multiple times. And the character that is supposed to be non-binary and is supposed to be going through what she's putting this person through just asked her to stop. Do you know what she does? She doesn't stop. She doesn't stop. She continues calling him Death Mage. You're Death Mage, aren't you? And as the main character in an RPG, a game that you're supposed to, let's not even call it that. As a game that you're supposed to be able to make choices that matter, you cannot tell her off for doing that. Like, actually, you can't tell her off for doing that. And that's insane. Because that's what they think other people do to them. And I can tell you who the character's a self-insert of. Well, I can't tell you their name. I can just tell you the writer. The Kotaku writer who, you know, wrote an article about how Nintendo made a disableist slur in their song in their DLC song for Joker, which, you know, that's something. Um, she didn't do any research into it, didn't look into it at all. Not to mention, she's tried to put kid content, like, like Miss Rachel type content, onto her channel that promotes her OnlyFans. Yeah, yeah, a few people had issue with that. Understandably. Understandably. You're making kid content on a channel that's supposed to promote your OnlyFans. And a lot of people didn't think that was okay. Which I don't think that's okay. Like, are you kidding me? I'm sorry. That ain't good. That's not a thing you should do. But nah, that is that is the person who wrote this self-insert, who purposefully goes out of their way to misname and mistreat somebody who is much in a similar situation like hers. And that's not that's ignoring all the terrible writing they put into this character. Like actually, I'm in pain from some of the shit I've seen come out of the character. Like actual pain. Because I've tried to write. I have. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to be, sort of an author. I like writing. Of course, I can't write anymore because I just personal reasons. Um, I'm not a good writer. I know this, but I'm good at the English language, the American bastardized English language that we have over here in America. That is that is what I'm good at. It is like my only talent. Um, So to see this character terribly written when writing something I'm interested in and have wanted to do for years, to see this person get a chance at writing, it hurts. It hurts, especially because it used to be in a in a studio that was so beloved by everyone. And it's truly, truly painful to see what's happened to that studio now. It's sad. It is sad. To say it isn't is, it's basically a funeral. Now, of course, while that might not be the end of, might not be the end of it all, it's still, it's still the beginning of the end. Legitimately, it's the beginning of the end for BioWare. Now, Mass Effect has to be majorly successful. And when I say majorly successful, I mean like it's gonna have to absolutely carry the shit out of pretty much every single other thing that's come out from them recently. They've just gotta hope that Mass Effect sells enough to where it's not it makes up for Veilgaurd. Because Veilguard has been getting a huge amount of um and when I say this, I do mean huge. Huge amount of uh refunds and stuff. And yeah, yeah, it's absolutely insane to see. Because it's missing so many, anyways, Veilguard's over. They've got to rely super heavily on Mass Effect now. And I don't think that's going to succeed. I don't think it is. The new Mass Effect that they're currently making is their only hope at bringing their stuff back. Sorry if y'all heard that. I have a cat. It's being cat doing something they shouldn't do. Milo. Yeah. Sorry. Cat's trying to bite something they shouldn't bite. Um, but no. To see what has happened to BioWare as a studio, it, it really does hurt in a way that I can't explain because I have been a fan for a very long time. All right. I've been a fan since I really first started playing RPGs, and to see what happened to it, it it hurts. It hurts. It really does. And the person who was trying to say, "Oh, it's a big success. It's a big success, guys. It's a big success," deleted their comment about it, which might be of minor interest to some people. So, anyways, yeah, it's nuts to think about, that this is where BioWare's at. They're writing terribly. People who used to be renowned for well-written stories is gone now. And I've recently seen a video pop up on my feed talking about how games have no nuance anymore. And yeah, I a lot of games have no nuance. And here's some bullshit that happened the other day. People were trying to say, oh, it's racism or sexism and all of this stuff um that BioWare's that fucking Veilgaurd failed. All right. What they were trying to say is the reason Veilguard failed. It's not. It is not. And to see somebody so confidently claim that when it could not be further from the truth is insane. Like honestly, it is absolutely insane. And look, it is it is insane what they were complaining about Refantasio, I think is how you say it. I want the game. Uh, I think I would love the game. I love the Persona series and quite a lot of the games that kind of are in that vein because they're just the type of games that I play. I love that type of game, especially for something like an RPG. And they were trying to say, "Oh, this is if it's just politics, then why is this successful?" That's not what people's problem is. It's not politics that make people want to stop playing the game or something like that. It's that you can't write. Like I'm sorry. It isn't the fact that Refantasio has politics in it that makes it, successful or doesn't make it fail or is a detriment or fucking whatever you want to say. Because a lot of the Persona series has politics in it. Like there is a at least bisexual dude in Persona 3. Sorry, not Persona 3, Persona 4. Persona 4 has a bi dude in a time where being gay, bi, all of that stuff wasn't accepted. Uh Persona 5 is about the justice system in Japan being terrible, which yeah, it's got a lot of problems, which I've partially learned about thanks to Persona. Like actually, it's it's quite nice. And yeah, it's it's got politics. It is a game with politics. Ain't that funny? It's a political game that has massive amount of fans. Isn't that weird? Just a little bit? if politics is the problem. And I've heard some gamers try and say, "Oh, it's gotta be politics or something like that. That's the problem." And it's not. Mostly I've heard that from people on the left that, are in those styles of, "Hey, I'm stupid." And it's like, bro, it's politics isn't the problem. You are. You are the reason that this is so widely dated. You're the reason nobody wants to do this. You're the reason people are even beginning to say, "Hey, maybe we're wrong about this," or something like that. You're the reason people think politics are the problem. You know, and it's weird to see. I'm gonna be totally honest. It is just weird as hell to see because most people in their right minds realize maybe I made a mistake, or maybe I could be somehow involved in this. Like, why would my involvement mess up the game if politics isn't the problem? It's terribly written. Like, all of this shit, it is actually embarrassing to see some of this stuff. Like, there is zero self-reflection. My face. Anyways, absolutely zero self-reflection or admittance that, oh, hey, maybe I'm the problem. And sometimes they are the problem. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts around that. Sometimes you're the problem. That goes for everybody. Sometimes everybody's a problem. But you're trying to use this game that is absolutely amazing. I've played the demo. I want the full game, but I'm poor right now. Um, but to see that you're trying to say that it's good because people are okay with politics is stupid as hell. Like, actually, it's it's insane to see that. Because politics isn't the problem. You are. You're the reason people don't want to see it. You're the reason so many people don't want to see politics in their stuff. And yeah, it's insane to see people think otherwise. It's absolutely not the truth. And to see people try and say it's okay when it's not, or try to convince themselves that they're not the problem, is weird because it's very evident why people have a problem where they do. It's insane, honestly. It really, really is. It it really, really is. Because there's no self-reflection. There is no thought that you could be the problem, and it's so weird to see. It really is, especially from an outside perspective. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on with life recently. Because it be what it be, especially with Veilgaurd, because it is important to me. It is, no matter how much I want to wish that it's not. And yeah, it be what it be, I guess. It be what it be. Anyways, I am going for the day. Goodbye, all of you, and have a nice whatever it is for you. Because honestly, I really hope no matter who you are, you have a good time. So goodbye, and have a nice one, guys. Have a nice one. Do make sure to have a nice one.